Hey everybody, welcome to Aural Fixation. Aural Fixation, I should say. I think I said it a little too quickly last week and people are like, what are you saying? And I'm like, it's AU Aural Fixation. That's why it's called that. Thank you for being with us this week. Hope you watched week one. If not the episode, at least the highlights to get caught up on where we're picking up from. We have Drew coming back as a returning champ against 3 brand new contestants. For the record, I am very excited right now. I just can't be super loud because we're all doing this from home and I have a baby sleeping in the next room. So very excited, quietly, very excited. Also, our contestant from last week, Josh, is now our scorekeeper. So we've added to the staff. The show continues to grow. But without further, wait. I have my favorite bit of trivia. I know some people came prepared with it, but this is my favorite bit of trivia for this week regarding Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magik album. The entire album, the playtime of the entire album is only 5 seconds less than what fits on an actual compact disc. So they could have only fit 5 more seconds of music to fill up the disc. It's that much content. Well, I see it live on YouTube. So there you go, Dusty. With that said, I'd love to have Dusty, come on, camera. Come on, buddy. Help me out here. Well, we got the camera. Oh my God. This is the best. You asked for a fog machine last week. I could not supply it. Right.
Here I am. Basically, if you tell me I can't do something, Dave, I don't know how you haven't learned this, but I'm going to find a way. Find a way.
There's a bigger party in that room than I don't even know if I've ever been to a party like that.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see, to be honest with you. I'm gonna fire that off here. But it is fantastic to be here on episode 2 of Aural Fixation. Dave, you're feeling good, but you're quiet, right? You got to be quiet.
I have to be quiet. You could be loud.
I could be kind of loud. My kids are grown, but they're getting to bed soonish. So got to be responsible. But yeah, I'm excited to be back for another week.
I'm on the couch tonight if I wake the baby.
Yeah. No, you're fired from like all things, life in general, right? I feel that. I understand for sure. But I'm excited to be back. I'm super excited to have all of our contestants and Drew returning, right? Like just dropped bombs last week and here to, give it another go.
Yeah. I mean, let's do this. Shall we play the game?
I think that's the point, right? Let's get to it.
I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day.
If you're positive we are live.
I've never been more positive about anything. Positive, I'm out.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, anybody and everybody who is watching right now. My name is Dusty again, and this is Aural Fixation, episode number 2. Remember 3D? That was a thing for a little while. Anyway, this game is built on 5 rounds of music trivia. It's basically kind of in the rock and roll realm. We kind of edge out to the fringes, but we stick in the rock and roll realm because that's what Dave and I and Josh love the best. So we have 5 rounds, 4 contestants for competing live for bragging rights, and maybe this pencil. I don't know, maybe something. We'll see. But, I'd love to get to it. I'd love to bring everybody on and meet our contestants for this.
You still there? So funny thing, Dusty, your picture is locked. Mine is live. You are locked up. What do we do? Cool. So this is a live show, right? Hey, Drew, come on. Hop on, Drew. While Dusty's getting squared away. Drew, welcome back. We're so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be back, Dave. Thanks for having me.
So Dusty's coming back on. I guess his internet decided to be a pest right now. Hey, you there, buddy?
I think it was the fog machine. You can't have one of those.
Right.
You have to get the right permits because this kind of thing will happen. Technology these days is very fragile, very sensitive to extremes of temperature and air pressure, things like that. So
Hey, did you read the manual on that fog machine, Dusty?
Honestly, it came from Amazon today. I ripped open the box, threw it in. I'm like, how hard could it be? So maybe I didn't read that it apparently kills all internet connections. Drew, thank you so much for joining us again. A very strong showing last week. And for those of you that haven't met Drew before, Drew Bears works in music licensing for movies and TV, has appeared in several game shows, including Geo Party, which I can only imagine is like a rocks geology kind of show, which, I mean, good for you. That's super smart stuff.
Joke last week. You can't do that 2 weeks in a row.
It's my show. I'll do what I want. Actually, it's your show, but I'm still going to do what I want. And Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And Drew's also played in a half dozen or so bands. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us, Drew. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Enjoy it.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's meet our next contestant, new to the show this week, my friend, Mr. Billy McCarthy, who is best known for leading Brooklyn bands such as Augustines and Pela. He's a singer, songwriter, and visual artist. Welcome, Billy. How's it going? Oh, it's like a Creed Rocky thing, right? Like a UFC match.
Give him hell out there, champ.
I like that we're all sporting neck apparel.
Yeah, this is not the ascot. This is the poor man's mask, of which is a sleeve cut off of a t-shirt.
Hey, you know what? At least you're doing your part.
Because it looks like a G-string. I don't agree.
And that's part of our other show later on tonight. Let's meet our third contestant. Our third contestant,
same show title.
Alison number 2. Alison is going to represent for all Alisons on Earth and dominate this week. Alison is a social media coordinator and creator of Punk Rock Anthropology, a punk rock blog talking about punk rock's effects in music, film, and life. How are you, Alison?
I'm doing good. That's a lot of pressure.
No, are you kidding me? It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. And last but not least, my bandmate for 20 years, who's been in the same band since the Clinton administration, Mr. Nick Bean. Join us, please, sir. Look at that.
How
Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan.
Nope. Dapper Nick.
Oh.
I want that pencil, Dusty.
Hey, it's for the taking. It's for the taking.
All
right.
Mine.
You know what? Let's get down to it. So just as a reminder, we have 5 rounds, 10 questions each. As we go through each round, the points increase, but also the amount of points you could lose with an incorrect answer also increases. So keep that in mind. Let's play. Here goes round 1. So round 1 is similar to last week's round 1. It's a warm-up round, gets everybody in the right zone, right? And it's called Cold Hard Facts, and it's just general rock and roll trivia. Each question is worth 100 points. If you miss one, 50 points are subtracted from your total. Now, those of you playing at home and playing with us, don't think that you could just sandbag and just play the last round and then rack up a lot of points. It's worth it playing, and it's way more entertaining for everyone participating. All right, you guys ready? Here comes question number 1. In Wayne's World, from what song does the cast lip sync and headbang to in Garth's car? Alison.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody is correct. Doing all Alison's proud, getting on the board first with 100 points. I love it. Well done, Alison. Moving on to question number 2. Name the drummer of the Rolling Stones. Drew.
Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts is indeed the correct answer. And when you listen to the Stones, and I think it's the reason why I don't like the Stones as a whole, he doesn't play the hi-hat on the snare. And for some reason, it drives me crazy. And I know he's a talented dude, and he's going to be, far more successful than I ever will be playing music. It just drives me crazy. Anyway, question number 3, with Drew 100 points on the board. Question number 3. The 1993 power ballad, All for Love, created for the Three Musketeers film, featured Bryan Adams and these 2 megastar singers. Drew.
Rod Stewart and Sting.
Boom. Another 100 points for Drew. Pulling away with 200. Alison with 100. Billy and Nick, you have to get on the board, but I feel like it's coming. This next one, I feel like it's coming. Here we go. This English new wave band is best known for their single, I Ran So Far Away. Alison.
Eagle.
That is correct. Flock of Seagulls. is correct. All right, moving on. What singer was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice?
Dusty's internet is not having a good time tonight.
Like several people.
All right. I will take over until Dusty returns.
Sweet.
I will reread. What singer was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice? Once with her band and once as a solo artist. Allison.
Joan Jett.
Incorrect. Nick.
Stevie Nicks?
That is correct. Stevie Nicks.
Nick is on the board, and I am back. Internet be damned.
Bye.
I'm going to make this happen. Well done, Nick. Well done. All right, here we go. Next question. Name 2 members of Cypress Hill. Nick.
Be Real. Oh God, now I'm blanking out. Oh,
3.
well, I got the easy one. Go ahead.
2.
I'm blanking out.
1. Oh, anybody else? 2 members of the band Cypress Hill or group. I don't know if you'd call it. I think they'd be a group. Anybody? Nobody?
Can't remember.
Going once, going twice. The answers are Be Real, which Nick got, DJ Muggs, Sin Dog, and Eric Abobo.
Sin Dog's the one I knew and I blanked out.
Lock that away for next time, folks. Lock it away. All right, moving on. No points awarded in that one. Who is the winner of American Idol Season 1? Nick.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson is correct. Drew, I thought you would have edged in there.
Kelly. I couldn't remember from Justin to Kelly. You know, it's alphabetical.
I mean, they did a movie together, right? It's, it bridged some time. All right, Nick, moving on up. Billy, you have to get on the board. I feel like it. You got it. You got this one. Here we go. Name the band comprised of these members: Will Champion, Guy Berryman, Johnny Buckland, and Christopher Martin. Drew.
Coldplay.
Coldplay is the correct answer, sir. 100 more points awarded to you. Question number 9. Here we go. Name the lead singer of the Jay Giles Band. Drew.
Peter Wolf.
Peter Wolf is correct. 100 more points. Drew's starting to pull away a little bit. Plenty of time to go. All right. This question is multi-tiered as it's the last question this round. All right. Listen carefully. CBGB's was a place where countless New York City groups got their start. What does CBGB stand for? Nick.
Country, bluegrass, and blues.
Correct. And now 2 follow-up questions. Nick, only. Ready? Double or nothing. Double your points or forfeit all of them.
Okay.
What does CBGB OMFUG stand for? It's on all the shirts.
It's okay. So I already said the first part.
Yep.
And then it's other music for upstanding gerrymanderers or something like that. Something.
I was all the points,
Did
my
I
man.
lose it?
Very
Whatever.
close. Other music for uplifting gormandizers.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
Very, very close. All right. It was a noble effort. Everybody had a little bit of fun. We have Drew on top with 400, Allison with 100, Nick with 100, Billy yet to get on the board. However, we're now going to change things up in the next round. So no sweat. But before we go any further, Drew, give us some insights into the mind of Drew. Give us a piece of music trivia that you can lay on all of those watching at home that you feel like they might not know.
Well, Dusty, backstage, the producers asked me this, and I was kind of paralyzed for choice because the story of popular music is the richest story ever told. But when you came out there with your fog machines and lights going off, it reminded me of all the night spots we're currently missing during this quarantine time. And the thing that came to mind was the classic disco song Le Freak by Chic, Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers.
Yes.
I always loved the story that song, which is characterized by the chant "Freak Out," was originally written when they were not admitted to Studio 51. Studio 51. Why is my mind? Is that the right name of the place?
Yeah.
In New York City. And they were so upset they walked home singing an imaginary retort to the bouncer, which was F off. That song that we know today.
See, Allison, you got a story to write on the blog tomorrow. There you go. Not that Nile Rodgers is punk rock, but close enough. All right, guess what, guys? we are going to move on to round 2. But first, I'm going to take this tie off. Drew, I don't know how you did it. And also, I'd like to have a word from our sponsors. Just in case anybody was wondering. And that's a lot of head on that beer, so I'm going to let it sit here. Guess what, folks? It's time for round 2. Perfect. So round 2 is now all about from which city. All right. We're going to list a bunch of artists or bands. You tell us where they're from. Okay. The points are 200 for every correct answer, 100 subtracted for every wrong answer. Let's get it on. Question number 1, or list number 1, maybe. The Decemberists, Elliott Smith, Modest Mouse, The Shins, Slater-Kinney. Billy. Portland, Oregon is correct. Billy's on the board, not with 100, with 200. You just overtook Alison and Nick. Coming up fast. Well done, sir. Well done. All right. List number 2. Demi Lovato, the Dixie Chicks, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Old 97s, and St. Vincent. Nick.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas is correct. Right up the road. 4 hours and a crazy ton of traffic. All right. Number 3. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Styx, Richard Marx, Ministry, and Wilco, who I have yet to get into. Billy. Chicago. Absolutely. Billy, come on up. Tied with Drew. 400. Alison and Nick, any minute now. You got this.
I should have more points.
Next list. Here we go. Chubby Checker, Hall & Oates, Jill Scott, The Roots, and Boys to Men. Drew.
Philadelphia.
Absolutely. Philadelphia. Read Questlove's book about growing up, and man, it's so good. He talks about Philadelphia and just the music scene. So good. Anyway, continuing on. Isaac Hayes, Big Star, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, Booker T, and the MGs. Billy.
Arkansas.
Incorrect, sir. Drew was next.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee is correct. And I got to tell you, I've been to Memphis twice. Once, the first time I went just to explore. That is an awesome music town. It is absolutely fantastic. I could not recommend it more. Whenever, like 5 years from now when you're not going to die if you walk outside, it'd be great. You should check it out. Moving on. Sonic Youth, Cyndi Lauper, Talking Heads, The Ramones, and The Strokes. Billy. New York City. Your second home away from home. Love it. All right. Recapping super quick. Drew's at 800, Billy 600, Alison 100, Nick 300. It's getting tight. I can feel it. I can feel the tension. Here we go. A few more. Eagles, Ice-T, Bad Religion, The Bangles, and 98 Degrees. Ooh. Guys, I'm hearing there was a tie, but in Aural Fixation land, we don't have ties. We have noise breakers. It's a new feature that we have called noise breakers, where if somebody ties, we have a new little way to settle things. All right. So you see that we're using Zoom, all of those at home and playing here. And when I'm talking, I have the little yellow box. Drew, can you say something for me?
Something for me.
Now Drew has the yellow box. So who are our noise breaker participants? Drew and Billy. Okay. What you're going to do for 5 seconds, you're going to shout, yell, scream, whatever you can, and you're going to fight for control of the yellow box. And after 5 seconds, whoever has said yellow box is the noise breaker winner. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Noise breaker in 3, 2, 1. Drew is at the end of 5 seconds. Billy took it at the end, but Billy caught it right on the cusp of 5. Well done. And I'm so glad that bit worked. Good job. Drew up to 1,000 points at this point. All right, moving on. Oh, wait, you didn't answer the question. What is the answer?
What was the question?
Does it even matter?
Oh, it was Los Angeles. Bill and I are both here.
Los Angeles is the correct answer. I got so into the noise breaker. Man, All right. A few more here.
So,
9 Inch Nails, Bone Thugs and Harmony, James Gang, Filter, and Pierre Ubu. Pierre Ubu. I figured Filter would have just set you guys off. Everybody knows Filter. 9 Inch Nails, nothing. And we have a blank. It was Cleveland, Ohio, folks. Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, was that the O? Was the O Ohio? I'm not going to give you any hints, Drew. Try as you might, sir. All right, 2 more questions in this round. Journey, Jefferson Airplane, Drew.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, California is the correct answer. Now, we're going to mix it up one more time. Final question in this round. Instead of from which city, we're going to go with which state. All right? Spreading it out geographically a bit. Here we go. Big Head Todd and the Monsters, The Samples, The Lumineers, Devotchka, and John Denver. Billy.
Washington.
Incorrect, sir.
No.
Anybody else? Just shot a video with Lumineers. They were fantastic people. 3, 2, 1. Colorado is the state we were looking for. Colorado. It's all right. It's like, hey, at least you tried, right? All right. So looking at the recap of the scores here, Drew sitting on top with 1,200, Billy with 500, Nick with 300, Allison still doing all Allison's proud at 100. Having a good time. Here we go. Hey, Billy. Can you tell us a bit of music trivia or maybe an interesting story that folks might not know?
Okay. It is not really well known, but believe it or not, Rick James and Neil Young used to play music together. I have not heard recorded proof of this, but it's documented. I've definitely read about it. It was I think it was a Ontario, Canada thing.
Interesting location for both of them to tag team something.
They probably tag teamed a lot of things back in the day.
More than you know. Yes. Hey, for everybody watching, I'm not sure how many people it is. It's probably like 3 or 4. But hit that subscribe. Thank you for watching. Again, thank you to all our contestants for playing. Billy, I appreciate the insight, sir. And I will share that. And I'm going to look into that a little bit. And now that brings us to round 3. We're going to go international here, folks. We're going to mix it up even further. And we're going to do a round with all Swedish music. Swedish music. It was, like in the chat last week, it was just blowing up. Like, where's the Swedish references? Where are the artists that represent our people? Apparently, we're really big in Sweden. Kind of like Singles. They were big in Belgium, right? So we're going to try this out, see how it goes. Hopefully, your knowledge base is broad geographically. Here we go. Oh, and just as a reminder, the points in this round are 300 for every correct points and minus 150 for every incorrect. So if Drew answers the next 5 incorrectly, Billy's in the lead. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's possible. All right, here we go. First question. Formed in Stockholm in 1972, this band was comprised of 2 married couples and became one of the best-selling groups of all time. Drew.
ABBA.
ABBA is correct, not incorrect. So therefore, you go up in points. 1,800 points for Drew. Here we go. Question number 2. This Gothenburg-based band found their initial U.S. success in 1993 with the song The Sign. Allison.
Ace of Base.
Ace of Base is correct. All she wanted was to have another baby. That's all that she wanted.
It's really
That's
embarrassing.
the only 2 Swedish bands.
All right, moving on to number 3. This EDM artist, real name Tim Bergling, found massive success in producing artists. Drew. Say it again. Avicii is correct.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Pour one out. 300 more points for Drew. Here we go. Formed in 1992, this indie pop band broke through in the U.S. with their 1995 single Love Fool, featured in Baz Luhrmann's film. Drew.
Or Cardigans.
The Cardigans is correct yet again, sir. 2,100 points to Drew. Halfway through this round, Let's go on. This mega producer has crafted hit songs for artists like Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, Drew.
It was Max Martin Sandberg.
Max Martin is correct. Drew, apparently Swedes are just your Swede spot.
This is wheelhouse.
It's your wheelhouse. It's your windmill house.
Log house.
All right. Drew pulling away a bit, but plenty of time. And our final round may surprise you. So, halfway through. Next question. Known best for their 2006 hit Young Folks, this Stockholm band is also known, Drew.
Who are Peter, Bjorn, and John.
That is correct, sir. Peter, Bjorn, and John is the answer. Next question. This artist's 1997 hit single, Save Tonight, received plenty of radio airplay. Alison.
Eagle Eye Cherry.
Eagle Eye Cherry is correct. And I never would have guessed that they were sweet. Like, what? No, it made no sense to me. Moving on. Now, this one actually stumped me today when we were kind of doing a little dry run through. So let's see how you guys do. This Halmstad pop duo owned the charts in the late 1980s with songs like The Look, Joyride, and Listen to Your Heart. Drew.
Roxette. R.I.P.
Roxette is correct. It's one of those bands I just never really listened to. No.
Dusty, you're missing something in your personal life.
Am I?
Yeah, you got to get into more Roxette.
Is Roxette like the Swedish Heart?
They're in my top 30 Swedish bands.
Oh yeah.
There's only 29 Swedish bands.
You just had to pick the outlier. You had to pick the outlier. All right. 2 more questions in this round. This Swedish band reworked the traditional American folk song Cotton Eye Joe into a bizarre but catchy dance song in 1994. Drew!
Rednecks.
God. Yes. Talk about a sweep of Swedes. 3,300 with Drew. Guess what, though? As we go, the points per question increase. And again, that final round could be an equalizer. So don't get all smug yet, Drew. There's still plenty more work to be done, sir.
Don't spike the football, Drew.
Don't do it. And don't hold it out and then get it knocked out of your hand at the 1 yard line.
In your head.
All right, here we go. Final question in this.
Spiking the football when you put it through the net at the top of the hoop.
Yeah, and then you yell 4 when you do so. Final question in this round. Everybody's looking forward to getting out of this one except Drew. This guitar virtuoso is best known for bringing Neo Dick.
I don't know. I'm not going to say his name right, but Young V. Malmsteen or whatever.
Nick, boom, 300 points. Well done, sir. I'm surprised how many signs I saw go up. I saw that and I'm like, guys, it's too hard. It's too hard. Well done. Well, listen, everybody survived that round for the most part. There's respectable scores on the board. Let's take a look. Drew at 3,300. Allison right next to him at 700. Nick right behind her at 600. And Billy at 500. Guys, if it was between the 3 of you minus Drew, I mean, this is like Indy 500 level tension. You know? It's like Drew's like the pace car, right? So we're going to move on to this next round, and we got to crush Drew, right? That's what we're going to do. Not that I want Drew to lose. I just want to tie race for the fan. But before we go to the next round, Allison, give me some punk rock tidbits. Give me something weird about Fat Mike, Joey Cape. Tell me something.
You know, I thought about like what fact it was, and I'm just gonna just lay it out there. I used to think when I was little that the Ramones were related, like they were family, but they are not.
It was definitely a more ceremonial.
Yeah, like when I was 8, 100% believed that because they looked the same.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Could you imagine like Joey Ramone's cousin? There's like Jerry Ramone, and they're like, "Yeah, you're in the Ramones, right?" He's like, "No, I just come to the barbecues," you know. Well, I appreciate that tidbit, and maybe not everyone at home knew that, so that's good info. And guess what? That brings us to round 4. So round 4 is called "No, Not That Song," in which we're going to talk about 2 different artists that made hit songs with the same title. We're going to give you the 2 artists. You tell us the song name, and we're not talking about cover songs in this round. These are original songs by both artists with the same name. Got it? Yeah, feeling good? All right, yeah, more than halfway through. Let's go. Oh, and most importantly, 400 points for every correct answer. So plenty of time to pick up to Drew. 200 points subtracted for every wrong answer. So choose wisely. Here we go. Gnarls Barkley and Aerosmith. What song did they both share? Drew.
Crazy.
Crazy is correct. 400 points on the board for Drew. Second pairing, Alabama Shakes and Wilson Phillips. Allison.
Hold on.
Hold on is correct. I thought you were telling me to hold on. I'm like, no, this is a live game show. We can't hold on. Throwing me off. Well done. Well done. 400 points for you. All right. Rihanna and Lisa Loeb. Nick.
Stay.
Stay is correct. Absolutely, sir. Fourth one. Best Coast and Pharrell Williams. Nick.
Happy.
Happy is correct. Drew, you want to switch hands for a minute with that sign? Are you getting a little worn out?
I'm good.
No? All right, cool. I just want to make sure everyone's happy and comfortable. If you need to go to the bathroom break, we can just kind of chit chat, whatever. Anyway, moving on halfway through this round. Next pairing, Jimi Hendrix and Aerosmith. A little tricky. Is it worth throwing it out there? 3, 2, 1, and it's gone. Angel is the song they both had with the same title. Moving on to the next pairing. Beach Boys and Chris Brown. Beach Boys and Chris Brown. Going once, going twice. Sold. The name of the song was Forever. Not unlike how much time Chris Brown will spend in jail eventually. So cheers to that. Moving on.
Chris Brown had a song called Surf and Safari.
Lil Deuce Coupe.
Yeah.
Next pairing, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill together and the Beatles. So the pairing of Tim McGraw and Faith Hill and then the Beatles both had a song with the same name. I'm talking to our producers. I think you overdid it on this one. Throwing it out there. 3, 2, Nick, you gonna flick that wrist?
No.
Not even for charity? Okay. I Need You. I Need You is the song that they both had together.
What do I know about Faith Hill?
Hey, you know what? You got to have a little faith sometimes. 3 more questions to go in this round, and everybody's super excited to be done. Will Smith and Escape Club. You got to know that one. Drew.
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. A fantastic pairing with a terrible film.
2 great
Moving
songs.
on. Scarface and Avril Lavigne. Scarface and Avril Lavigne. And a Beach Boys album title. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, it almost pinged on Drew. The name of the song was Smile. Smile.
I thought it was Skater Boy.
Wow. Here we go. Now, this one, when we went through them, I thought, wow, that was hard. So if you didn't get the rest of them, you're in for a treat. Vanilla Ice and Billie Eilish. Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to scratch this one from the old playlist.
Hey, it was my intent to stump Drew, and
Oh, hi, Dave.
I'm pleased as punch.
All right, time's out, folks. I love you. I love you.
I love you too. What's the answer?
What's the title of the song?
I love you too, and also I love you was the name of the answer, the name of the song. So, at least there was some tension created, right? Some moments of pause. I appreciate that. Nick came back a little bit. Nick is in second place with 1,400. Allison with 1,100 right behind him. Billy's still coming on, and Drew's sitting on top pretty with 4,100. Plenty of points left to lose. Nick, my man.
What's up?
Tell me something interesting. What you got?
You know,
Trivia.
I'm gonna tag team on my buddy Alison here. She mentioned the Ramones, which they happen to be my favorite band of all time. And something that I think is kind of funny is everybody, their first album is like the classic of all classics. It inspired a million bands. And everybody pictures the Ramones as being, from Queens, from dirty Queens, riding the subway with the Mose Right in the shopping bag. But the funny thing about their first album is it was recorded in the building that houses Radio City Music Hall. Which I thought was very interesting. The 7th floor, to be exact.
I honestly did not know that either.
Yeah.
The A building?
Not many people did, but you picture them as being like they went to the cheapest place possible. But hey, man, they were living it up. And look what it gave us. It gave us a masterpiece.
I love it. There you go. Boom. And that, my folks, takes us to round 5. Now, this next round is also fairly challenging, and it was inspired and suggested by our good friend John Burke, who Billy and Nick know well and have worked with at various different points. So, John, thank you for the contribution, and hope we do you proud on this one.
It's all about Duran Duran, isn't it?
It is a complete round about Duran Duran. No, in fact, it is called The Producers. Okay, so I'm going to name a bunch of artists. You tell me which producer has worked with all of the artists. Okay, points-wise in this round, we're looking at 500 points for every correct answer. So you get a couple right, you're right there with Drew. It's not like he's sitting up there smug, nobody can touch me. No, you guys are there in no time. But if you're wrong, 250 points are subtracted. So hope for Drew to miss a bunch, you guys to get a bunch, and it's an even playing field. So I like Billy. It's gym class.
It's
rally
time.
time. Bro. Rally time.
Bull Russo.
All right, let's see how this one goes. Dave and Josh, you sadists. Weezer, Not a Surf, Bad Brains, and his own band, The Cars. Nick.
Rick Ocasek.
Rick Ocasek is correct. 500 points to Nick, jumping up into second place like nobody's beeswax. Next one, Beastie Boys, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Alison. Rick Rubin, right? What a legend. Like, if I can meet any producer, it'd probably be Rick Rubin.
Oh, no, he's like my idol. So.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. Like, yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay, third one, Ike and Tina Turner, Darlene Love, the Righteous Brothers, Drew.
Philip Harvey Specter.
Philip Specter is correct. The Wall of Sound. Absolutely. 500 points to Drew. Next one, Leslie Gore, Sarah Vaughan, Aretha Franklin, Drew.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones is correct. And might I say, that documentary on Netflix that Rashida did is absolutely fantastic. So much insight to a crazy, crazy, long, prolific career. Very cool stuff. Next one, America, Jeff Beck, Cheap Trick, and the Beatles. Drew.
George Martin.
George Martin, not Ricky, is the correct answer. 500 points to you, sir. All right, here we go. This is the midway point of the final round. Not final round, 5th round. NWA, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Billy.
Dre.
Dr. Dre is correct. The glasses are off. The sweatband's on. No. He's going to stand up at some point. It's getting serious. And just to recap before we close out with these final 4, Drew sitting on top with 5,600, Nick at 1,900, Alison 1,600, Billy at 1,000. And I'm going to give a little bit of a teaser, a bit of a spoiler. The final 2 will move on to do a final round. So right now, Nick and Alison are fighting for silver, but potentially gold. So you're not out yet. All right, here we go. Next list. Gwen Stefani. Oh, and this pencil. Nick, I know you want this pencil.
Thank you.
Yes. Gwen Stefani, Ed Sheeran, Nelly, Ariana Grande, and Robin Thicke. Nick.
Timbaland.
Incorrect, sir.
Oh, well.
Yeah, sorry about that. Drew. Pharrell Williams is correct. Yes. Well done. Well done. Nick, you're only 50 above Alison.
It is what it is. Can I use a lifeline? Can I call my mother?
No, but you can't give me a final answer on this next one. Talking Heads, U2, David Bowie, Coldplay, and Roxy Music. Billy. Ryan Eno is correct. Sweat in his eyes. He can see the finish line. Almost there. Here we go. Final 2 questions of this round. Pink, Christina Aguilera, Alicia Keys, Alison.
Linda Perry.
Absolutely. Linda Perry. Also, member of Four Non Blondes. Back in the day, right? Right? I mean, what's going on? Last question of round 5. Last question of round 5. Nick, let's see. Let's do a little math. You can win with this answer. Well,
Sure.
you'll be in second place. Drew's just, he is where he is. Here we go. Diana Ross, Madonna, Chic, Sister Sledge, Drew. Nile Rodgers is correct. The nail in the coffin. Drew ends up on top. Allison is our second place winner. Nick with 1650, Billy in 1500. That indeed was an intense final round. I'm going to have to ask Nick and Billy to depart. Please stay near us. Bye, Nick. Please stay near and join us for the end. Thank you so much for joining. Come back again soon. We're going to have to continue on with Allison and Drew for the final round. Please turn off your video, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye. All right, guys. So here we go. Final round. Are you ready?
Sure.
I feel like Drew's been ready since last week. He was disappointed there wasn't like a final matchup.
Are we writing these, Dusty?
Yeah.
Yes, we are writing these. So let's get out your Sharpie and your piece of paper or pen or pencil, whatever. Yeah. Can you turn off your backdrop, please, Alison? I'm going to make sure that we can read your paper nice and clear. This pencil. Pull up for grabs. There you go. Look, that's a nice background.
Yeah, if you're into the Cure, the Chemical Brothers, and the Boston Red Sox, which are the most random things in the world.
I mean, I like all those things. That's fine. That's fine. So for this final round, we are going to ask you to write a list, and it's called Listomania. All right. So for every correct answer, you're going to get 1,000 points. There are no point deductions for incorrect answers. However, you get no points if you're wrong, right? So, yeah, you get 0 points. That is what no points means. 0 points.
Just to clarify.
Hey, Dave, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not that you get 0 points for wrong answers. It's that you get 0 points for the entire round.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Thank you for clarifying.
You have to be very sure about what you're writing is correct. Otherwise, one wrong answer, you're... All right.
That's serious. That is serious. Thank you, Dave. So, are you guys ready?
Sure.
So I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to have 30 seconds to write a list. You better be sure that everything on that list is correct. Here we go. How many Michael Jackson #1 singles can you name? U.S. Billboard, Hot 100 charts, solo artist only. No Jackson 5. No, We Are the World. Ready? Go. 30 seconds on the clock. And by the way, this background music was made by our buddy Ralph. So thank you so much for staying up last night and making that. Love it. And thanks to Jeff, Courtney, and Francis for hanging out, watching the show. Appreciate it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Put your pens down, throw them across the room. Don't mark on the wall. Don't hit your children. Show your paper, please. Hold them up to the camera. Okay. So Allison has Black and White, Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal, and Dirty Diana. While Drew has Billie Jean, Beat It, Bad, Black or White, Man in the Mirror, and Human Nature. Guys, I hate to break this to you, but each of you has one song that never made it to the top 100. So you both get 0 points. How is that? How is that? So unfortunately, Alison, you weren't able to rack up those thousands of points that you potentially had, but I appreciate the effort. Drew, yet again, with, might I say, a fairly dominating performance with 6,600 points. Alison rounding it out with 2,100. Thank you guys. Very, very well done. Cannot thank you guys enough for your time. Hit subscribe.
What did we get wrong?
Sponsor stuff. Oh, yeah. So Human Nature was not a number one hit for Drew. And Alison, Smooth Criminal never hit number one. It only hit number 7.
Walker, that's insane.
I know. And you know what also never hit number one that I thought you guys would both write is Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Thriller only hit number 4.
I only you could.
Well, again, thank you guys so much. Drew, I feel like we're making it a thing. Are you available on Monday? Next Monday?
Dusty, let me talk to my people and we could probably work something out.
Okay, excellent. We'll my people will call your people and we'll do it.
Perfect.
Cool. Thank you so much again. Thank you for watching Aural Fixation. Subscribe. Thank you for joining. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Take us out, Dave. Peace out. Thanks to Josh and Dave for creating a very, very, very fun show. Have a good night.